As Nebraska celebrates its 150th year of statehood, the original Nebraskans are fighting to keep their culture alive.
The Omaha tribe could lose a huge piece of their identity if their native language is not passed on to further generations. Reporter Joe Cadat shows us the efforts to preserve their culture.
You might not be able to understand this language, but it was spoken by 10,000 Omaha Indians in what is now Nebraska and parts of Iowa, Minnesota, Missouri, and South Dakota. Rufus White is one of less than 12 fluent speakers left, all older than 60.
You talk to God and tell him,
White is one of several language teachers at the K-12 Omaha Nation School on the reservation 70 miles north of Omaha.
Our Indian world is getting smaller and smaller, our native world, while we're taking on more of the Western world.
Cultural teacher Oliver Sansosi says if the language goes away, they'll lose an essential piece of their culture.
Now, language is what makes us who we are. Now, language belongs to Umó̓ho̓. We're the ones who speak Umó̓ho̓.
Sansosi says it's hard to imagine life without fluent speakers.
It's scary, it's disheartening, and to even to think that that our speakers are going to be gone, our languages will be gone, pushes me to want to learn it. It pushes me to tell myself that if this language is not saved in my generation, then it's my fault.
Those who still speak the native language have been spending the last 18 years trying to translate it into dictionaries and workbooks, which are nearly ready to be published.
Because of these works and recordings and things, this is why I can say to you, our language is not going to die.
And so that had to be developed from scratch. Even though we had fluent speakers that worked here in the past, there was no concerted effort to document it and make it in a presentable way where it would be usable in a school-like environment.
The language is an option for the school's second language curriculum. While the language exists online and in books, part of the challenge of teaching it is that kids don't often hear it fluently spoken.
That's the biggest challenge. You need to be in an immersive environment in order for language to truly revitalize in a quick way.
Another challenge is getting kids interested in learning the culture. High school freshman Quentin Dick Jr. has been learning traditional drum, song, and dance since as long as he can remember. He hopes to pass on the culture like his grandfather Rufus White is doing now.
Because one day our elders are going to be gone. Then I want to carry it. I don't want to be one of those ones saying, man, I wish I learned this when they were still around, so I try to pick it up.
It's really important because a tree is not a tree without its roots. It's truly important to Nebraska because we're the first Nebraskans.
Joe Cadat, KMTV Action 3 News.